the one and only reason anyone should ever get married. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. If you are new here, this is Relationship Sam, where we discuss all things relationships, love, dating, marriage. Basically, you feel it, we talk about it. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the main reason, if not the one and only reason you should be getting married. So if this is something that interests you, definitely stay tuned because this video is for you. So out of my own experience and statistical discovery, we found out that a lot of people don't actually know the real reason they're getting married. Far too many people are getting married because they are of age, they've come to marrying age, or if it's a man, he's now stable in his finances, he's achieved all the other things, all his other needs, foundational basic needs. You know, if you've ever read Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is something that we use in business, but this it's not only limited to business. It's basically Abraham Maslow was a psychologist, and he was looking at human behavior. So as human beings, when our foundational or our basic needs are taken care of, only then can we aspire to other things. You're not going to care about having a car if you don't have a roof over your head. But once you have a roof over your head, then you can start thinking about all the other needs that you may have. The needs for companionship, achievement, acknowledgement, and all these other things. So go around, ask most men, ask them like genuinely, and ask them why or how they decided who to marry or when to get married. It's usually a readiness that comes with feeling like, oh, I've come of age. I have all the other things that I've wanted to achieve. Now the next target, the next goal, the next project is marriage, is getting someone to marry. And now this is my personal opinion, but I think this is what contributes to a lot of hardship and divorce ultimately, because you're marrying somebody who's not ideally the person that you actually want to marry, and you're not being truly objective and logical about the marriage decision. So, like I've said, this video is about finding the real reason, the main reason you should actually get married. But it will take you being logical and you being very objective and knowing yourself, doing a little bit of background homework to know who you are, what your foundational and core beliefs are. Anyway, that you should marry for where you are going, not for where you are right now. I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, know Larry King. Larry King, by the time that he died, had been married and divorced, I think, 7 times. Once you'd think, okay, you know, there was something wrong there. Second time, no. Third, and in interviews and in discussion about why he had married so many times and divorced so many times, that he said that each and every time that he was marrying for where he was, like at the stage of life where he was at, that in his 20s he married who he needed at 20, and then when come 30s, you know, the person that he married then is not really suitable for him in this current situation or in this current state. And he was not growing with his spouses. So this is really it. You want to marry someone. You want to be deliberate about your marriage decision and marry someone for where you are going, not just for where you are right now. So definitely marry somebody who shows good character. Marry more for somebody's character than their looks and what they appear to be. And when you're dating someone, that feeling of euphoria will almost destroy you, because in that moment you think you're invincible, you think everything is possible, that this person's never going to betray you, they're just going to be perfect, because you have that in love euphoric feeling. But when that feeling goes, you really, trust me, you're going to need someone who's there for you. You're going to need somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who's respectable, and somebody who's respectful. You're going to need somebody who's able to manage family dynamics, somebody who's going to help you in your finances, in managing money. And with that being said, the real and the main reason you should be getting married, or the only reason you should marry someone, is if that person makes you better, or if your life is going to be better with that person. The point that I would like you all to take away, if you can take one thing away, is that 2 are better than 1. 2 are meant to be better than 1. And if somebody is not making you better, what are you doing marrying that person? Marriage and who you marry is the second most important decision of your life, and it can literally be the difference between a happy life and a miserable life. I am not advocating for selfishness, but a healthy self-love and self-appreciation and the knowledge of what you bring, that you are valuable, that you're coming into a partnership. Marriage is the most selfless anything you can get into. It's the most selfless relationship you will enter into get into. And the amazing thing is it's voluntary. You are coming into a partnership. You're coming into an intentional partnership to help make each other's lives better. Better economically, socially, mentally, psychologically. You need somebody who's reliable, somebody who's going to be there for you, somebody who's going to do life with you in the highs of life and in the low moments as well, in those valley moments where you need somebody to love you and appreciate you and still respect you even when things may not be going as you may want or as you may desire. You're going to need somebody who's loyal and faithful, which is why it's important for us to look at character. Search the heart of a person. When you're going through dating, don't be so quick to want to get married, because a lot of us, guys, ladies, I'm 34, I'll be 35 by the end of this year, 2022, I'll be 35. But I've come to a point in a place where I'm so grateful for singleness, because I have understood and I have had what I can call a revelation of what an assignment marriage is. You are coming to be somebody's destiny helper. You are making or creating an environment that allows somebody else to flourish. You're there to help somebody. Marriage is not just about you. And for women, we have the amazing and underrated right of first choice. Anyone can ask you out, anyone can ask to marry you, but you have that amazing right of first choice to decide who you marry, who you say yes to. Of course, we're not always going to be able to dictate who will come to us, but when you are approached for marriage, you have to choose wisely. Hear this. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. And in verse 12 it says, though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands cannot be easily broken. This is exactly what we're talking about. 2 are better than 1. So if somebody is not making you better, why would you want to tie yourself to that person just for the sake of a title of being called Mrs. or Mr. So-and-so? You're cutting yourself short. You're robbing yourself of an amazing future. God Himself Almighty created you in His image and likeness, and you should be able to look at yourself and say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. What does God have in plan for me? And God's plans for you are of good and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future, to give you a future that you like. So start opening up your mind and appreciating yourself. Have a healthy self-love and a healthy appreciation of self, so that you can know that you're coming to somebody's life to add value. Don't just settle, and this applies to both men and women. Don't just marry someone because you're of age, or people are asking you, when are you going to get married, or what. Even if you don't get married, your life is meaningful on your own. You are living a full and satisfied life on your own. Marriage is not going to make you happy. Honestly, marriage is not going to make you happy. If you're not a happy individual, you're not going to be happy in marriage. Just like a job, you might want to have the best job in the world, and the moment you get that job, you're going to be rejoicing and celebrating, popping champagne or drinking wine with your friends to celebrate whatever it is that you're going to do to celebrate getting that job. But on the other side of getting that job and signing that contract is work that needs to be done before you get a salary. The same way it is with marriage. It's not just you coming to sit and to enjoy. There is a labor in it. Even being a Christian, being born again, the Bible tells us to work out our salvation. There are principles, set principles that govern these things. There are set principles that govern life. If you jump out of a 10-story building onto the floor and break a bone, or if you don't die, God has nothing against you. Gravity has absolutely nothing against you, but it's just a principle. So you have to understand what are the rules that govern this thing, so that I can use it to my advantage to make the most out of my life. And always remember that 2 people are better than 1. Well, they should be better than 1, because they can help each other to succeed. With this being said and done, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Chat with me in the comment section below. Also catch me on Instagram at Samantha. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I publish new videos. Otherwise, it's bye-bye for now, and I will see you on the next one.